really excited to go to BYU. Me personally, I've never been up there before for a game. I drove by the stadium, but I never have gone up there for a game. And I know our team will be excited to go up there and play. They have a really nice team. Coach Satake has done a very good very good job with. They play extremely hard. They've got a really good quarterback, good offensive line, receivers that can win one-on-one catches, and I really like their linebackers on defense, especially like Thule and I don't want to say his name wrong, Pili or Pili. I like those two guys. They're really good players for them, and got a solid D line and secondary. It'll be a really nice challenge for us, but it'll be kind of neat to go out of conference at this point, right before the bye, and go play. So we're excited to get up there.
Coach, what's the mood of you guys right now after 3 losses and so many injuries and stuff, and how do you get these guys back and get the energy right?
You know, I think the difference, Trey, in this year and last year when we went on a 3-game losing streak was the health of the team was a little bit better. We had won 4 instead of 3, before that. Our next game was Pine Bluff instead of BYU. There's some differences in the scheduling, differences in the health of the team. But I think we can go back onto we'd lost 3 in a row last year and ended up in the top 20 in the country and finished out strong.
With the quarterback situation, obviously you mentioned expecting to get KJ back, but given the way the game played out and everything, is Hornsby the backup quarterback now? Yeah, I talked to Malik again. I kind of had a Monday meeting with him last week and won, and he certainly earned that spot on Saturday, and I just gave him his choice, whether he wanted to stay where he was as a 2 quarterback now, or whether he wanted to move to wide out, or whether he was interested in moving to corner. Obviously the team needs some defensive back help, and he'll have to explain, more than I can with him, but there was a big weight lifted off his back, I think, with the way that he performed.
Plenty of other quarterback injuries to update you on in the SEC. Arkansas's KJ Jefferson has been cleared to return to practice. He is expected to play versus BYU this week.
Saturday, 3:30 on ESPN. Arkansas travels to BYU. Can they stop the bleeding a little bit with this losing streak that they've been on? Of course, Sam Pittman talked today about this BYU team and how tough and big they're going to be in the trenches. If Arkansas can come home with a win, maybe it turns things around a little bit for their season. How about for this next one? Arkansas is on a 3-game losing streak right now. All SEC West teams, Bama, Texas A&M, Mississippi State, and the Bulldogs kind of blew the doors off the Razorbacks on Saturday. Patience or panic out there in Fayetteville?
I'm going to exercise a little bit of patience with Arkansas. If I was an Arkansas fan, I would have a little patience because, one, the SEC West, I feel like they tear each other apart anyway. We see that every single season. So your 3 losses come from the SEC West, BYU, Auburn, Liberty, LSU. Like, this next streak could be Arkansas putting it together. So I'm going to go a little bit patient.
Health has obviously been an issue from the beginning of the season all the way to the middle of conference play at this point. I would say if I was a Razorback fan, I would have been panicking about 2 weeks ago after one of those first or second West losses. I would have been panicking a little bit going into Mississippi State, knowing KJ Jefferson's status up in the air. But at this point, I think playing for the SEC West is kind of in the rearview mirror at this point. I would have some patience. Pack your patience, because you could still have a nice little bowl victory at the end of the season, and you can still finish this schedule strong if you get your mind in the right place.
100%.
Chris Doring joining us to begin to wind things down here on an eventful Friday afternoon in Knoxville. Chris, let's start with the strangest game of the weekend. Arkansas limping badly right now, and they didn't find a good opponent. BYU out in Provo. Take it away.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. First and foremost, weird to step out of conference at this point in the season and to have a trip out west. This is a team right now that's facing a lot of negativity from its own fan base. What an amazing swing of expectation from where we were in the last season of Chad Morris's tenure there to where we are now, where we're talking about about some of these fans calling in wanting to fire Barry Odom. Like, Barry Odom has been one of the real reasons why the expectation level has gotten to where it is. But I think it speaks to how poorly the defense has played this year. Paul, I had a lot of questions about Arkansas heading into this season, losing what they did with Traylon Burks on offense, losing Grant Morgan, Hayden Henry on the defensive side. Clearly, they've been affected by injuries, particularly in the secondary this year. But it just, to me, I don't understand how there can be such a disconnect from the way this defense played the last 2 seasons to the way they're playing now. Tackling is amongst the worst in the country. Big plays, particularly in the passing game, have been plentiful for opposing offenses. And right now, they're the most desperate team in the conference. 3 straight losses, they have to find a way to win, but they're going to go out there, as we said, a very good team. They're going to fight the altitude, which is going to be a factor as well. So I do think they find a way to win, but I just really am surprised at how negative this entire fan base have been. And I think partly because of Sam Pittman's own fault. The success so early in his tenure there has created a little bit of an unrealistic expectation for that group.
Yeah, and he's done such a good job, though. I think that gets out of whack.
And number one for me, it's the Arkansas Razorbacks. Arkansas is on a 3-game losing streak right now. They go out to BYU on Saturday. It's going to be a tough ball game in and of itself. But the fan base right now had huge expectations coming into the season. Very disgruntled. I've heard a lot of negativity surrounding this program. Criticism of Barry Odom, the defensive coordinator. This right now feels like it could seriously get off track if they don't figure out a way to stop the bleeding.
This is an SEC slate, but Arkansas in Provo, Utah. You better not sleep on the atmosphere in Provo. Jaron Hall needs to have a better game. He got most of his yards right here, and Cody Epps, but he did not throw the ball as well as he has been against Notre Dame last week. This is the defense he may want to face. Arkansas is giving up a ton of big plays. We'll see if Hall can get it going. And here comes Rocket Sanders. He has to get it going. Remember, Arkansas has lost 3 in a row. Their season could get sideways if they lose today in Provo.
Which is limping, picking the wrong place to limp into. BYU is a really good football team. How this game got on the schedule, we'll talk about later. But this is a mountain to climb for the Razorbacks.
Really tough to go across country like that for the Razorbacks, even though they're a little closer than some other SEC teams.
Last week, I thought BYU was going to be able to beat Notre Dame because of the veteranship and everything like that. They continue to have an issue with their rush defense, and KJ's back for Arkansas. It feels like that might be a runaway for Arkansas. And what the hell happened to BYU? Just a couple weeks ago, we thought this was going to be their year. They got a buzzsaw coming in. I think a lot of old cold beer on that trip back from Arkansas for old Coach Pittman and the boys.
It's been a dry spell for old cold beer. They lost 3 in a row.
You lose in Provo?
Oh, yeah. Another team that could go sideways. Why this day is so important.
Let's get to KJ Jefferson, Pete. He suffered a head injury against Alabama. What more can you tell us on his status for today against BYU?
He's practiced this week and expected to be back and expected to be full go. And quite frankly, Arkansas needs him back, Laura. They've lost 3 straight games, and that season's in a bit of a tailspin. But all indications out of Fayetteville this week is he's been practiced. He seems to be ready to play in Provo today.
So, Pete, you're talking about KJ and how important he is for this team. I understand that part of it, and the optics of it, like we were talking about. But Malik Hornsby, the backup quarterback, is an exciting player. He's highly, highly athletic, can throw the ball a mile. He really can't complete 5 to 10 yard passes, but
it's kind of an issue sometimes.
But overall, how does Arkansas feel also about their backup plan as well?
Well, I think Arkansas is ready to go with a backup plan, but I don't think they've spent a lot of time and energy on that this week. I mean, KJ Jefferson, is dynamic. He's dynamic with his legs. He's the key engine to them going. Malik Hornsby is the future there, and they're very optimistic about him. But unless necessary, I wouldn't think we're going to see much of him in Provo today, Roman.
Okay. How about Arkansas? As we go there, Rocket Sanders leads the conference with 695 rushing yards, 100 more than any other SEC player. He's topped 100 yards 4 times this season, including both non-conference games. It'd be nice for them, speaking of non-conference today, if they could go out to BYU and see Rocket Sanders have a big piece in that game, maybe put up some of those big numbers. But, Paul, this is a different matchup for Arkansas. You think about him heading all the way out west. What are your takeaways?
This is one of the worst administrative decisions I have ever seen in college football. In the middle of the season, to take a team cross country, it's not quite as far from Arkansas, but still, the person who made this decision is no longer at Arkansas. He went to Kansas, where he hired Les Miles. Neither one of them are still employed.
Paul, you know what's interesting about this? Very rarely do you talk about an SEC team playing another other conference and saying you have
really good program.
Yeah, but good program. But ever saying, hey, they might lose the physical matchup. Right. You very rarely ever say that. Well, in this one, BYU is a physical team. Offense and defensive fronts. Their running game, their linebackers, they're not the fastest team, but they're a physical team. And it's going to be fascinating to see, can Arkansas match the physicality of BYU? I tell you what, BYU, they're not the best team, but they bring the lumber.
And Arkansas tackle.
Well, that is what I'm here for. We've been talking about this for a couple weeks now.
Wait, that's what you're here for?
That's what
the first. Well, we're gonna show. I'm gonna show you today. So this is something that I've been very frustrated with. Tim, back up, Tim. Okay. Tim's got the ball. I'm gonna be a defender.
What am I gonna be? I'll be a fan.
All right, you can be that.
We're watching. Yeah.
So as I'm a defender, I know the one thing that the biggest thing I'm scared of is space. So as I'm closing down, I want to continue. I want to eat up this space. So hold up, Tim, back up.
Yep, calm down.
So then, I know you're coming. So what I want to do is I want to long stride early. So as Tim's coming, I don't want to get scared. So I want to long stride, and as I get close, I need a short stride now. So now I want to take away a side from the offensive player. Yes. Knowing, come here, stay close, Tim. Knowing that offensive runners never run to darkness. So if I take away this side, he wants to go this way. Yes. He can shake me, do whatever he wants. But if I'm on this side of him, he's going to go this way. So I know I want to take away half of a body, and I'm in my stance. And as I get closer, shuffle, and be able to get my head across. Or if Tim wants to fake me and go this way, maybe he has the ball in the other hand, wants to try and stiff arm, I'm able to still be able to get my head across. So that is what Arkansas is missing out on right now. Then instead of getting their feet crossed over or in the other positions, they must be able to long stride, get to this shuffle position, breaking down with maybe a little bit of a stagger in their stance to be able to go both ways when there comes to tackle.
All right, Paul, your turn.
And also, I would say this part of it, too, is that a lot of the corners and things are missing tackles as well. So another way to tackle from the corner position where you're looking from inside out is understanding where the sideline is. So if I'm tackling a guy coming to the sideline, I want to make sure I use the sideline to my advantage, meaning my aiming point being this inside hip, knowing that I'm ready to shoot here, and if I miss, he's going to go out of bounds.
It's such a good point. And the form of how you tackle is so important. And as someone that faced a lot of tacklers, when you're able to break down and come at me from an angle, it eliminates, one, the cutback.
Where you want to go.
It makes it so hard. But then when you still are aggressive and you shoot your shot, instead of waiting and being hesitant like you were talking about, you're aggressive and then you get under control. Now it eliminates so many different options. It eliminates me really wanting to try to run you over, but that eliminates the cutback, which is a lot of times when people are over aggressive, that's the easiest one.
Jake Oldroyd will kick it off. A.J. Green is deep for Arkansas. Razorbacks have a bye, and then back to SEC action, going to Auburn 2 weeks from today. And we're underway from Provo. This will be a touchback, and Arkansas will start on the 25.
Practice to get this team off to a hot start.
On 3rd and 3, Jefferson in the pocket, hangs in there and delivers a strike to Hazelwood. And he's able to break one tackle out to the 45 for 13 yards. A fumble recovery, so that's big for a BYU offense that struggled last week against Notre Dame. Chris Brooks, the ball carrier on first down, nowhere to go. Brought down by Drew Sanders.
Man coverage out there for Arkansas in the secondary.
Pressure off the edge, and Hall throws a deep ball for Nakua. A lot of contact downfield. No flag, though.
A lot of pushing and shoving down there. Breeny never got his head turned around, but doesn't draw the flag from the official. And Barry Odom getting very aggressive there. No safeties in the middle of the field.
And Jefferson lined up 4 yards deep in the end zone. He hands it off to Sanders with room past the 10. A&M. Arkansas was up 7 and going in to take a 14-point lead on A&M as they give it to Sanders again, and he breaks a tackle out to the 20 for 8 yards. Yep, from L.A., played in Mater Dei with Young, as you mentioned. Play fake. Hall setting up, looking deep, got single coverage, and the ball overthrown, but a flag is down. I don't think that was catchable.
Pass interference on the defense, number 3, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down.
Even if he doesn't get tripped, I think it's very slim that Roberts gets close to that ball, as you can see how far downfield it lands, but they did throw the flag, and it's pass interference.
Too much contact. Again, he's got that left hand on him.
Ended up falling all the way out of the top 25. Play action, Hall with a pump fake, high throw, and it's incomplete.
Applied here from Barry Odom.
Hall, Oh, through the hands of Epps. Like that was a catchable ball.
But really the pressure was able to get home coming off the edge. And a nice hit on the quarterback.
And that's going to be, I think that game comes down to the end. As they hand it off here, Green out past the 30, spun down at the 33.
Situation like this, no Sanders back there.
Jefferson looking for a hole, got the first down. Out to the 36, 6'3", 242 pounds.
Got a quarterback of that stature. Easy call on 3rd and short.
Now he's going to throw it, looking deep, and there's a safety underneath. It was almost picked off by Micah Harper on the deep ball to Bryce Stevens. Jefferson will throw again on 2nd down, and just dumps it off here. Green breaks a tackle out to midfield and into BYU territory. Sanders turn off left tackle inside the 40, inside the 30. Stiff arms, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Sanders off the left edge. First down and more. Sanders diving. And in for the Arkansas touchdown.
There by Arkansas. Offensive line, 134 starts with this group coming in today, but the left tackle, 70, Luke Jones, really helps allow Sanders to get to that edge. Question. Very well done, and you see the vision by Raheem Sanders. He's been great all year. Really good shot there as you see Luke Jones able to wash down John Nelson inside. And you see Sanders.
From here in Provo, started out at Washington, then transferred back home. Here's Hall taking a shot for Nakua. Incomplete, but another flag. Boy, that keeps working.
Pass interference on the defense. Number 4, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
It's on Malik Chavis, and they're going at that banged-up Arkansas secondary.
No question, and Barry Odom told us Chavis is going to have to play better. Did he get an early pull? Just didn't, I guess he got that right arm. Not a whole lot of contact there, Dave.
No.
I don't know about that one.
So from the 42 of Arkansas, play fake. Hall setting up, looking deep again, airing it out. Players jostling, knocked away. Incomplete. Another flag. Let's see. Yeah, but the officials felt differently.
The defense, number 3, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Well, that was another one that at least live looked very close.
Looked like they were both kind of jockeying for position, a little back and forth pushing down the field.
And I guess you got to let go at the end.
I think it was there at the very end. Yeah, McLaughlin, he's got to allow the receiver the opportunity.
So from the 27 after back-to-back PIs, Hall again setting up and floating it downfield, almost intercepted by Hudson Clark.
Coach of the year in college football.
Rashad Dubinion in the game at running back, but Jefferson going to throw it here, going to throw it back to Dubinion, who's wide open on the far side of the field. He gets 20 yards before he's even touched. On their defensive line, they're rotating 20 guys so far. And that's not an exaggeration. Jefferson's pass is pulled in close to the line to gain by Ketron Jackson. Touchdowns, one missed extra point. And BYU trying to bounce back after a loss last week. Arkansas trying to end a 3-game losing streak. Razorbacks trail after one. Meat of the college football season. Soon the college football playoff rankings will start coming out as Landers catches the pass out in space and gets an Arkansas first down. Into the backfield with Jefferson on 3rd and 7. Jefferson and a strike inside the 15 to the 13-yard line.
Very much a weapon as a runner in this spot.
But he throws into the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown by the tight end, Trey Knox.
The pocket presence of KJ Jefferson, just cool, calm, collected. And out of this Trips bunch, we'll see the tight end, former wide receiver Trey Knox. They just don't locate him, wide open.
Out of the pistol, Hall with a quick throw, and again, receiver wide open, Cosper. First down.
It was a slow start a week ago in Vegas for this BYU offense. No slow start here today. And finally, a healthy Puka Nakua as BYU BYU with an early lead here in Provo.
You wonder if he's banged up at all, even though he's still out there. They fake it to him again. And Jefferson, oh, nice catch by Knox. That ball a little upstairs, but Knox made the grab and a gain.
Put on the weight, as you mentioned earlier, and he thought he'd have a chance to have a really nice day. A couple of good grabs.
Another play action. Hazelwood left alone, and he's able to stay in bounds. Worry about him on every snap. And he gets it this time, and he gashes him off that right side. About 8 yards down to the 32.
Holy cow.
But the officials had to let, I don't know how many times you've actually seen that, where one team's over the ball, the other team is changing everything. Hazelwood wide open on the wide receiver screen. Gets the first down and 3rd down and 2. 81. He's missed 2, though, this year. Buries that one from 34 yards. And so Arkansas pulls within 4.
Where 42 Drew Sanders is, 6'5", 235, great speed, length, learning how to play that second-level linebacker, and his versatility really makes him an elite player for this defense.
Fakahua gets the carry, and he's grabbed in the backfield and brought down.
And Jaron Hall get some pressure and get that ball out as quick as you can, help that secondary.
Now Sanders drops in coverage, 3-man rush. Everybody covered. Hall steps up to run. Across the 30. Close to the first down. Looks like he's got it at the 35. So this call will be overturned. Jaron Hall is short. You see the right forearm down. The ball's actually in his left hand.
After further review, the runner was short of the 35-yard line, which was a first down. It will be 4th down at that spot.
Snap. They're not going to get it regardless of who recovers. So Arkansas comes up with the stop. Looked like a bad exchange and a potentially costly decision there by Kalani Sitake. So 2nd down and long. Run it again. This time able to get the edge is Sanders. Or check that A.J. Green, the ball carrier. First down to the 20. Peyton Wilgar is on the field still, might be banged up, might be upset, thought that there should have been holding on the edge. You see him get tackled there. Wilgar still down.
Boy, that was the key block right there on the perimeter. Nathan backs.
A.J. Green remains in it, running back. K.J. Jefferson keeps it, hit at the 20. Flag comes soaring in. 2 of them do from the back end.
Personal foul, blindside block with targeting, number 89 on the offense.
Wow.
The previous play is under further review.
That's a double whammy.
Nathan Bax was the tight end that had that block to play before on Wilgar. As you're going to see him come back inside. Cutback blocks. All right, big point of emphasis. I don't think that's targeting.
Oh, you hit him in the chest.
I mean, use his shoulder.
You get the blindside block, but the targeting part? No,
that's not targeting.
No, we hit him in the chest.
Yeah, it's not targeting. It shouldn't be targeting in my assessment. Again, this is something they're trying to get rid of in college football. These blindside blocks coming back into the core. And so I understand that flag. It's a new point of emphasis, but it's
not targeting.
It's not targeting.
And what's being reviewed here is targeting, not the blindside block. That stands no matter what. But that isn't targeting, and I would imagine this will get overturned, and Nathan Bax will be able to continue. That's a big penalty on Arkansas nonetheless. Going to be 1st and 25.
After further review, there was no targeting by number 89. He can remain in the game. However, the 15-yard penalty from the blindside block will be enforced.
They started 4-0 last year, lost 3 in a row, but still won 9 games. Jefferson looking around and finds Green inside the 20, inside the 10, and down to the 4-yard line.
Boy, I love this call here by Kendall Brown. He's going to roll the pocket to the right, get all the flow going right, pick up, setting up Arkansas inside the 5.
Jefferson again to throw and has a receiver wide open in the end zone for the touchdown. It's Matt Landers. Some nifty design there from Kendall Briles on the last few play calls. Arkansas back in front here in Provo.
See KJ Jefferson moving to his left. Good job keeping his eyes down the field, finding Landers. And
in talking with KJ Jefferson, one thing that he said and also the coaches emphasized this week for Arkansas, he actually did lose the ball if he had it the whole time, but it was coming loose after it was drilled by Clark. Hall, long throw, picked off at the 32-yard line. Hudson Clark for Arkansas with the interception.
Big play for Hudson, too, being able to get back inside the safety. He's lined up at corner, and that's just not where he belongs, Dusty. Now he's at home, feels more comfortable, more range to view the quarterback, get off the hash and make the play.
It's an outstanding job. Just read it the whole way. It's a long throw. KJ Jefferson gets back to work through the air here.
2nd and 11, Jefferson climbing the pocket, hit as he throws deep, going for the tight end, incomplete. Knox had his hand on it. Boy, that was an excellent throw by Jefferson under duress.
John Nelson gets here. I mean, it's a nice rush by John Nelson. Puts a good move, and he gets to the quarterback, but that's what, that big, Jefferson able to fight off the tackler, step into that throw.
Here they come at Jefferson, and he's hit at the 30, gets out of there, and throws complete, and a broken tackle, and Trey Knox is loose inside the 30. Knox still going, and they finally get him inside the 25. How did KJ Jefferson escape? And a gain of 33, he should have lost 10.
What a play by KJ Jefferson. Batty with a great dip rip. He comes off the edge, but he can't get KJ Jefferson down. No one can.
KJ Jefferson having no problem with elevation or any of the BYU defenders on this play.
This will make SportsCenter tonight unable to get Jefferson to the ground. How about Knox after the catch? Remember, he's a former wide receiver. Nice little stiff arm, big play on 3rd and long. I mean, that's just such a game changer. Looks like you got a sack. You can call a timeout if you're BYU. Try to get an opportunity to go down and get some points before half. And
short 3rd and 2. Dubinion moves into the backfield with Jefferson. Who's going to throw? Jefferson looking. Dubinion wide open. Touchdown. Easy pitch and catch. 3 first-half touchdown passes for KJ Jefferson.
Safety's matched up with the running back. Man-to-man coverage here for BYU. And when he runs that wheel, that safety's going to try to come through. And as you see, Hazelwood just gets just enough as he's running his route. It wasn't a pick play. He runs his route, and he gets that safety off his track. And it's all they need for another Arkansas touchdown.
Hall rolling right, throwing end zone, and a flag comes down.
I don't know if that was a catchable football, though.
Number 15. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
4th pass interference against Arkansas in this game.
I don't think Simeon Blair needed to do that. It's almost as if he panicked. He's working on 20 Cosper. Boy, Arkansas had all the momentum going into half, but I'm sure a heavy conversation from Kalani Sitake, and BYU strikes on their opening drive.
Let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far.
Key component, that linebacking core along with Ben Bywater, Keenan Peely.
Jefferson off play action, going deep, got a man, and it's dropped inside the 20. Warren Thompson, there is a flag down though.
Pass interference on the defense, number 0. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
It's on Jacob Robinson, who is covering Warren Thompson downfield.
Well, I thought Warren Thompson had a great chance even fighting through some of that contact from Robinson. He should have caught that ball. That's a well-thrown football from KJ Jefferson.
First down at the 39. Jefferson pump fake, got a receiver. Beautiful fake, standing at the 5. Matt Landers walks in for the easy Arkansas touchdown. Boy, you could see it open up from up here.
Well, it's exactly how you draw it up. Just a simple slant and go to Landers. Going to get that cornerback to bite initially on the slant, and then he's wide open, and the ball placed perfectly.
3-second drive. And Arkansas back up 10.
We're living that good, good life. We're living that good life. We're living that good.
Fakahua trying to cut it back, and he's mauled by Cam Ball. Transfer from Cal is the #1 guy, but you've got injuries behind him. Fakahua getting a chance, and he keeps the feet driving there. And Zach Williams, a D lineman, had a hold of him.
Boy, if you like offense, you've come to the right place because we've got plenty of it for you here in Provo. BYU, Jaron Hall with another Cougar touchdown. Throw it was a touchdown pass and see what he's got.
And again, no Raheem Sanders. It's Green that's the running back. Jefferson throwing downfield incomplete, going for Hazelwood, and that was well covered by Robinson. 3rd down and 10. Jefferson with time. Receiver wide open. Jackson into BYU territory. On 3rd and 10, they get 30.
To this point, this is about as big as it's gotten on 3rd and 10. You'll see it takes a while to develop. Struggles at times to pressure the quarterback.
Jefferson waits. Pass is caught right at the line to gain by Landers. They say 1st down. I thought he was just short. You hear the fans booing the spot.
I'll be intrigued to see if they take a look at this because where he jumps and when he lands, he's well short.
Play 9 of the drive. Sanders again slips a tackle inside the 20, cuts it back inside the 10. Got the 1st down. From the pocket this time in trouble. Steps up, throws. Open man, easy touchdown. Matt Landers. 5 touchdown passes for KJ Jefferson. 5 touchdowns in this game. He had 21 a year ago.
See Matt Landers just work to the middle of the end zone and just gets lost in coverage, or in zone coverage, and nobody identifies him. Looks like Alfrey just kind of turns him loose. Sees him right there. Nobody else in the middle of the field, and it's an easy touchdown for KJ Jefferson.
Came in 20th in the country in touchdown catches. Here's Brooks, hit in the backfield, and down he goes. A loss on the play.
Comes clean, and it's a nice tackle as we've seen this BYU run game really expose Arkansas here in this 3rd quarter.
45 points after scoring 43 in its last 2 games combined. And the Razorbacks on the road in Provo lead by 10 as we go to the 4th. They'll get a carry here. Big hole past midfield. He's got the speed to go the distance. Inside the 20, inside the 10, and it's a touchdown for Sanders.
And you wonder, have they been waiting for this? It's a simple counter play. Let's pull the backside guard, Bo Limmer, and let's bring the tight end, get him out in front. 82 Hudson Henry. It's so well blocked, and you see the burst through the hole, run into daylight. You're not going to catch number 5. Heels to the field. An excellent 2nd-level linebacker, but size, length, speed, really does have it all. And kind of, I would say he's not like him, but the way Micah Parsons.
All back to throw again. Goes deep into the end zone. Incomplete. Trying for Chase Roberts. 2nd and 10. Epps underneath. Wrestled down by Paul. Paul. Going to be close. Nakua made the catch, and then he fumbles the ball. And Arkansas recovers it. Recovered by Hudson Clark. He didn't have the 1st down, so he's fighting for it and fumbled it.
Well, this is really well done by McLaughlin. And watch him as this play unfolds. And as you mentioned, Nakua's fighting for extra yardage, just gets that.
Bama and Mississippi State without Jefferson. But Jefferson back in a big way. 5 touchdown passes and a great throw here on 3rd and long to Keytron Jackson for a first down. Night and day offensively for the Razorbacks. Oh, nifty play call here by Kendall Briles, and Dubinion wide open, close to a first down. Arkansas, clock at 8:15 and counting. The 17-point lead. Jefferson gets the first down, and Jefferson just had his hand on him and put him on the ground.
Quarterback counter, pull backside guard and tackle. Latham and Jones out in front. Nice hold. And we're putting everything into this game here today. He makes no words. He let us know we need this game. Need a big-time performance before the bye.
Eagles the only undefeated team left in the country. And assuming BYU won't run another play, Arkansas with a big road win, its first ever visit to Provo, and just the second SEC school to come play at BYU, Lavelle Edwards Stadium. An impressive bounce back for the Razorbacks, ending that 3-game losing streak.
Sam Pittman told us, we said it from the onset, they need this game. They wanted this game. Huge and impactful for their season. And Arkansas showed up, handled business, and got a big win.
52-35, Arkansas beats BYU. LSU Florida's coming up next for Dusty Dvorak, Tom Luganville, our entire crew. I'm Dave Pasch. So long from Provo, where Arkansas wins by 17.
Arkansas, BYU. KJ Jefferson back, and a good thing for Woo Pig, he was back.
And he had himself a day. This was the first of many, many touchdowns today.
That to Matt Landers, then KJ to Landers for a 3rd time.
5 touchdown passes for KJ Jefferson.
And this is Arkansas football right here. Raheem Sanders, 64 yards.
They call him Rocket for a reason. He shot out of that gap and into the end zone.
52-35 the final. Arkansas gets back in it after a 3-game losing streak. Good to see them get back in the win column. Now let's take a look at the top 5 plays from Saturday, brought to you by, let's get one of the quarterback here. KJ Jefferson avoids 3 sacks.
There's 1, there's 2, and there is 3.
And people say, oh, you avoided. Those are actually supposed to be sacks. Not like, oh, I missed the tackle. No, like they were on his back.
Defensive coordinators going nuts.
That wasn't bad tackling. That was just good KJ.
Good KJ.
Great.
He's a big fella, 240 pounds.
He was back for Arkansas Saturday. Good to have him back.
You can't bring me down, and you can't bring me down.
And they didn't. And BYU couldn't bring down Woo Pig either. What a play by KJ.
3rd SEC team in the last 25 years to have 3 100-yard rushers in a conference game. They were involved in all 3 games, including that 7 OT thriller in 01 against Arkansas. Judkins, 139, Evans, 136, and the quarterback, Jackson Dart, again over 100. All right, how about Arkansas? On the road in Provo, first ever matchup against BYU. Scoreless game. Cougars driving. Jaron Hall to Puka Nakua.
That was in the SEC. That's an honorable mention. Honorable mention?
No, he's not in the conference. Last Monday, your catch of the week was Jacksonville State.
That's a good point.
Okay, good. It could be Puka Nakua. There's Rocket Sanders, 15 yards, 7-7 game. You want offense? It was all over the place in Utah on this day. Jaron Hall to Cody Epps, 21 yards. Cougars take the lead, missed the extra point though, 13-7. Same score. KJ Jefferson, welcome back again. Good to have your starting quarterback back after injury, right?
And he put that ball only where Trey Knox would be able to get it up high.
Back and forth game continues. Jaron Hall finds another receiver, Epps. Arkansas tackling option.
And more poor tackling in the secondary. Barry Odom is dealing with a lot of injuries back there, but that's been something that's been plaguing them for this entire season.
And then Nakua again into the end zone. Cougars go for 2. They get the point back. It's 21-14. Later, Jefferson. A.J. Green. He kind of has that calm and cool factor, too.
No, he definitely does. He stabilizes that team. And, Dari, there were ridiculous calls for Kendall Briles firing last week after KJ was out. He comes back in. They score on 8 straight possessions today.
Yeah. Matt Landers there, the recipient. Not only that, like he got so many guys the football. Look at it, how many guys had a catch. It was 8, I think, for Arkansas.
I've got to give Arkansas a little credit, right?
Sure.
3 takeaways. They gave up a bunch of yards, but they got 3 turnovers that led to 14 points.
The Spikes applause there. And then KJ, an incredible individual.
Looking like Eli Manning in the Super Bowl.
There aren't many quarterbacks making that play, and then he finds Trey Knox. Eli Manning in the Super Bowl.
Like that's right. It's in 2007. Don't
and then the catch by...
I brought it up, but I probably shouldn't have.
Was that a Patriots team you were on?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't y'all go like 16-0?
We're talking 18, but we're talking about Arkansas and KJ Jefferson coming back, 5 touchdown passes today, 367 yards, completed 73% of his passes.
That was Rashad Dubinion. Again, finding everybody, but BYU not done. Strike from Jaron Hall to Puka Nacua. Nacua had a day, by the way. Nacua, 8 catches, 141. And then breaking free is Rocket. Leading rusher in this league. There's your exclamation point. 52-35. Wu Pig breaking that 3